Hi, this is Beb. I did some work. It took me some time. I had to travel first, and also I had to spend some time to learn a couple of new things in Unreal. But here it is, the very first NPC of my game. Let me introduce le globule. Or I guess the corpuscle, or maybe capsule is the English translation. It will be the first NPC encountered at the start of the game. It has its own basic AI and can live its own life. But the globule is also curious by nature, and if it notices the player, then it will come close to say hi. It might even get a bit closer if you don't look at him directly. He's kind of shy. But it's also quite fearful and will run away if you try to get too close to it. This new NPC has in fact an important role in the game, which we will see in a minute, and they'll be involved in various puzzle solving. Their AI is based on the state tree system of Unreal. The state tree I created for the globule is pretty basic. However, I did struggle a bit learning how state trees work, as there is not so much documentation on the subject, particularly on the C++ side. From what I can tell, it seems however a super flexible way to create AI-controlled NPCs, and I kind of like it. As usual, I modeled the globule in Blender, added the basic ring and animations, and imported the whole thing to Unreal. I used the color code I had in my previous game, Xomox, with basic gray and dark metal parts, and a teal emission material that is going to represent energy during the whole game. The same emission color you can find on buttons, switches, doors, etc. From a lore point of view, these globules are somewhat part of the building or the structure itself. The idea is that the building is somewhat alive, and the globules are part of its immune system. Better than words, let me show you how it works. This is a prototype of a level that could very well be the base for the first level of the game. Remember, Zad, the main character, discovers this strange structure in the wood, and she breaks in to investigate. She finds herself trapped in what appears to be a storage room. In this first room, the player will learn about ladders, dying from falling, pushing crates, opening doors, etc., and get familiar with the color code. Teal means energy, orange refers to the building itself, green to the main character. What Zad finds behind the first door looks strange and not quite what she could expect from outside. It does not seem right according to the size of the structure. The first encounter with the globule happens in the shadows and is kind of cryptic. Visibly, these small robots lying on the floor were fighting against strange glitchy entities that you can see on the walls. Difficult to understand what's really happening, and for the moment, Zad has no other choices than using this globule to open a way and progress further into the structure and try to understand what's going on. And there is no next level at the moment, so you simply die after passing this door. But you can respawn. Trying to get the AI working was truly a lot of fun, principally because it never does what is expected, at least not on the first try. I spent a lot of time testing things before arriving at the present state. I still have to improve and refine the behavior, particularly when dealing with several globules at the same time, as they can block each other's. It has something to do with the navigation mesh. I don't get how it updates during AI movement. But I'm kind of happy with the results so far, and even if the globules are clearly not super smart, I like them. Come on, little globule, you can find your way. I was sure you could do it. That's pretty much it for today. For the next step, I want to create a couple of more NPCs to make things more interesting. They'll be of two different sorts. On the one hand, robot-type NPCs like the globule, which are related to the structural defense or immune system. On the other hand, these glitchy, corrupted entities. which are somewhat trying to take control of the structure. These two types of NPCs are opposed to each other, but are not strictly speaking enemies to the main character, and the player will have to understand their specific behaviors along its progression into the game. I'll update on the subject when ready. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and take care.